Your cat just slow blinked at you from across the room. It lasted maybe 2 seconds. You probably smiled and went back to scrolling your phone. But what you just witnessed was your cat committing biological suicide for you. In the wild, closing your eyes in front of another creature is the last thing you ever do. For a predator that's also prey, that blink is a death sentence. Yet your cat just did it, voluntarily, while staring directly at you. Here's what most people don't understand. Cats haven't been domesticated the way dogs have. Dogs have lived with humans for over 30,000 years. We've bred the wildness out of them. Cats? They've only been semi-domesticated for about 10,000 years, and genetically, they're almost identical to their wild ancestors. Your house cat and a wild cat from the deserts of North Africa are separated by just a handful of genes. This means every affectionate behavior your cat displays isn't programmed into them through centuries of selective breeding. It's a choice, a conscious override of their survival instincts. And if your cat is breaking the 5 specific biological rules we're about to cover, you're not just their owner. You've become something that shouldn't exist in nature. You're their biological exception, their chosen one. Pay very close attention to number 3. It's the behavior that most people find disgusting or annoying, but it's actually your cat's way of saying you're family, not a pet owner. Family. Let's decode what your cat is really telling you. Point 1. The sleep vulnerability gamble. Let's talk about something that happens in your home every single day, but you've probably never questioned it. Your cat falls asleep on you. Right now you're thinking, so what? My cat sleeps everywhere. But here's what you're missing. Where they sleep and how deeply they sleep reveals everything about their trust in you. In the animal kingdom, sleep is the most dangerous activity any creature can perform. You're unconscious. You're defenseless. You're basically serving yourself up on a platter to anything with teeth and an appetite. This is why prey animals like horses and giraffes sleep standing up and only for a few minutes at a time. But even predators, even apex hunters, have to be strategic about when and where they rest. Cats have evolved a fascinating compromise. They split their sleep into 2 categories. There's light sleep, which makes up about 70% of their daily rest. During this phase, their ears are rotating independently like tiny satellite dishes. Their whiskers are still detecting air movement. Their muscles are coiled and ready. This isn't really sleep. This is surveillance mode with your eyes closed. One unexpected sound and your cat can go from apparently unconscious to full combat ready in under 2 seconds. But then there's REM sleep. This is the deep sleep, the dreaming sleep. During REM, your cat's brain is processing memories, consolidating learning, and essentially defragmenting their mental hard drive. And here's the critical part. During REM sleep, cats experience something called muscle atonia. Their body essentially paralyzes itself to prevent them from acting out their dreams. When your cat enters REM, they become liquid. They can't run, they can't fight. They're completely vulnerable. In nature, cats only enter REM sleep in locations they've thoroughly secured. A high tree branch, a hidden den, somewhere with one entrance they can monitor. But your cat, let's call her Luna, doesn't sleep in a closet or under the bed. Luna waits until you sit down on the couch, jumps up, and drapes herself across your lap. She's not seeking warmth. Cats run at 101 to 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit. You're actually colder than she is. If she wanted heat, she'd park herself in that patch of sunlight by the window or on top of the Wi-Fi router. When Luna chooses to sleep on your body, specifically touching you, not just near you, she's doing something extraordinary. She's engaging in what animal behaviorists call social buffering. She's outsourcing her vigilance to you. Think about what this means. Luna, a predator with reflexes faster than yours, better hearing than yours, and night vision you'll never possess, has decided that you are better equipped to detect danger than she is. She's saying, I will turn off my defense systems because I trust yours more. If your cat sleeps on your chest with their face buried in your armpit, they're not just trusting you. They're handicapping their two most important senses, sight and smell. If Luna starts twitching, making little chirping sounds, or running in place while asleep on you, congratulations, she's in REM sleep, she's dreaming, and she feels so safe in your presence that she's willing to be completely defenseless. Don't move, don't adjust. Your leg might be going numb, but you're currently protecting the most vulnerable version of your cat. This is the ultimate biological trust fall. Point 2, the scent warfare treaty. Here's something that's going to change how you see your cat forever. You think you live in the same house, but you don't. You live in a house of furniture, walls, and rooms. Your cat lives in a house of invisible chemical signatures. We humans are visual creatures. We navigate the world through our eyes, but your cat navigates through their nose. Their world is built from scent molecules that you can't even perceive, and every time they rub against you, they're engaging in chemical warfare. Let me explain the weapons system first. Your cat has scent glands on their temples, along their cheeks, at the corners of their mouth, under their chin, and at the base of their tail. These glands produce pheromones, specifically something called the feline facial pheromone F3. This is your cat's signature, their chemical ID card. In the wild, scent marking is about boundaries and warnings. A lion sprays a tree to say, "This territory is mine. Enter at your own risk." A wildcat rubs against a rock to tell other cats, "I was here. This is claimed. Move along." It's aggressive. It's territorial. It's keep out. But watch what happens when you come home from work. Your cat, let's call him Milo, is waiting at the door. The moment you step inside, before you even get your shoes off, Milo is weaving figure eights through your ankles. He's pressing his cheeks against your shins. He's headbutting your hand so hard it almost hurts. You think he's just happy to see you. He is. But he's also doing something much more important. He's decontaminating you. Here's what you smell like to Milo right now. The coffee shop where you stopped this morning, the gasoline from the pump, the fabric softener from your coworker's sweater, the hand soap from the office bathroom, that wet dog that walked past you on the sidewalk. To Milo, you smell like a stranger. You smell like chaos. You smell like the dangerous outside world. So he's engaging in allo-rubbing, a behavior where cats rub against each other to create a communal scent. Milo isn't just saying hello. He's covering up every foreign scent molecule on your body with his own pheromones. He's reclaiming you. He's saying, "You went out there without me, and now you smell wrong. Hold still while I fix you." This is a colony behavior. In feral cat groups that have bonded, members will rub against each other constantly to maintain what's called a colony odor. It's a group scent that identifies friend from foe. By rubbing against you, your cat is creating a scent profile that says, "This human is part of my colony. If you threaten them, you threaten me." Here's the test. Do guests come over and your cat ignores them completely? But with you, Milo is constantly rubbing, bunting, and head pressing. That's because guests aren't in the colony. They're neutral entities. But you're wearing Milo's scent signature, like an invisible badge of honor. You're walking around with a chemical label that says property of Milo, not in an ownership way, in a family way. You belong to each other. Point 3, the hunting tribute. This is the behavior that confuses, annoys, and sometimes genuinely grosses people out. The gift. You wake up at 3 a.m. to use the bathroom and step on something soft and fuzzy in the dark. You turn on the light. There's a toy mouse on the floor, or a hair tie, or a sock. Or if you have an indoor-outdoor cat, something that used to be alive. Most people laugh it off. "Oh, my cat thinks I'm a terrible hunter and is trying to teach me." There's a kernel of truth there. But the reality is far more emotionally complex and far more meaningful. Let me give you the context that changes everything. Cats are obligate solitary hunters. Unlike wolves that hunt in packs or lions that work as coordinated prides, cats hunt alone. They don't share kills. They don't collaborate on prey. A leopard kills a gazelle and drags it up a tree, specifically so other predators can't steal it. Sharing food, sharing resources goes against every evolutionary wire in a cat's brain. Hoarding is survival. So when your cat brings you something, they're overriding one of the most fundamental instincts they have. Let's look at my friend Sarah's cat, Pepper. Pepper is an indoor cat who's never hunted anything more threatening than a dust bunny. But every night, around 10 p.m., Pepper picks up her favorite crinkle ball, carries it in her mouth to Sarah's bedroom, and drops it on the pillow while making this guttural, muffled meow. That specific sound? That's a call that mother cats make when bringing food back to their kittens. It announces a successful hunt. It says, "I have secured resources. Come and eat." When Pepper does this, she's not asking to play. If she wanted to play, she'd bat the ball around, pounce on it, or drop it at Sarah's feet and wait for her to throw it. But Pepper doesn't wait for interaction. She presents the toy, makes the announcement call, and then sits back. She's contributing to the household. In Pepper's mind, Sarah leaves every day to hunt, to work, to gather resources. So Pepper is doing her part. She's proving her value to the colony. She's paying rent. She's showing that she's not a freeloader. For outdoor cats, this behavior is even more intense. If your cat brings you a dead mouse or a bird, I know it's upsetting. I know it feels cruel. But understand what's happening biologically. Mother cats bring injured, still living prey to their kittens to teach them how to finish a kill. It's education. It's mentorship. It's an act of care. When your adult, spayed, neutered house cat does this for you, they're placing you in their inner circle of kinship. They're saying, "You're not just someone I tolerate, you're someone I provide for." Next time you find a toy, a bottle cap, or yes, an unfortunate creature on your doorstep, don't just toss it aside. Acknowledge it. Thank your cat. Say, "Good job, buddy. Great catch." You're not encouraging hunting. You're validating their role in your family structure. You're telling them they matter. Point 4, the bathroom bodyguard. All right, let's talk about the behavior that drives people absolutely insane. The bathroom escort mission. You close the door for 5 seconds of privacy, and immediately there's a paw sliding under the gap. There's scratching. There's meowing. Or worse, you leave the door open a crack and your cat, let's call him Oliver, marches right in, makes eye contact with you while you're on the toilet, and just sits there, staring. People think this is separation anxiety, or clinginess, or cats being weird, but it's none of those things. This is perimeter defense. Let me explain the biology. In the wild, elimination is one of the most dangerous activities an animal performs. You're stationary, you're distracted, and worst of all, you're producing a scent trail that broadcasts your location to every predator within a square mile. It's a neon sign that says, "Vulnerable. Creature here. Easy target." This is why herbivores like rabbits and deer have such quick digestive systems. They drop pellets while moving, minimizing the time spent exposed. Predators have to be more strategic. They choose secluded locations. They stay alert. They finish quickly. Now think about your bathroom from your cat's perspective. You, the creature who controls the doors, the food, the entire environment, suddenly isolate yourself in a small room with running water and strange sounds. You're stationary. You're occupied. And Oliver's instincts are screaming that this is a vulnerability window. So he follows you, not because he's needy, because he's protecting you. Watch where Oliver sits. Is he on the bath mat facing the door? Notice he's not watching you. He's watching the entrance. He's posted up like a sentry, monitoring the hallway for threats. His ears are swiveling, tracking sounds from other rooms. He's standing guard. Alternatively, if Oliver rubs against your legs, while you're on the toilet, he's multitasking. Yes, he's reinforcing that scent bond we talked about earlier, but he's also positioning himself between you and the door. He's creating a defensive perimeter. I know it's annoying when you're trying to have a private moment and your cat is pacing outside yowling like you're being attacked. But in Oliver's mind, you are vulnerable. The big cat, the provider, the alpha of the household, is in a compromised position, and he cannot, biologically cannot, let his guard down while you're exposed. This isn't neurotic behavior. This is loyalty. This is your cat watching your six. Next time Oliver parks himself in the bathroom doorway while you're brushing your teeth, don't shoo him away. Acknowledge him. Say, "Thanks, buddy. You're a good protector." Because that's exactly what he's being. Point 5. The tail telegraph. The final piece of the puzzle is the most subtle, but also the most scientifically accurate measurement of your cat's feelings toward you. The tail. Dogs are easy. Wagging tail equals happy. Tucked tail equals scared. Done. But a cat's tail is a sophisticated communication system with at least a dozen distinct signals. A thrashing tail means agitation or focus. A bottle brush puff tail means fear or aggression. A tail wrapped around their body means uncertainty or cold. But there's one specific tail position that cats only use with individuals they feel completely safe around: the question mark tail. When your cat walks toward you, watch what happens. If they're neutral or uncertain, the tail stays low or horizontal. But if your cat is happy to see you, genuinely happy, the tail rises vertically. And here's the key detail. The very tip curls over like a shepherd's crook, like a question mark. Biologists have studied feral cat colonies for decades. When strange cats meet, they do not approach with vertical tails. They approach cautiously, tail low, body posture defensive. The vertical tail exposes the anal gland region, which contains scent identifiers. Raising the tail is vulnerability. It's trust. It's the feline equivalent of a handshake or a wave. It says, "I come in peace, I'm happy you're here." But now we get to the chosen one factor. Does your cat do the shiver? Let me paint the picture. You've been gone all day. You open the front door. Your cat, let's call her Cleo, was napping on the couch. She hears your keys, and immediately she stands up, stretches, and walks toward you. Her tail goes straight up, question mark tip, and then it starts vibrating, rapidly, like she's shivering, but only in her tail. This is not spraying behavior. This is not marking. This is pure, unfiltered excitement. That tail quiver is a dopamine rush made visible. Cleo is so happy to see you that her nervous system can't contain it. The tail vibration is emotional overflow. If your cat does this when you come home, you're not just a provider, you're not just a companion, you're the highlight of their day. You are the center of their world. And here's how you know the difference. If Cleo approaches you with a neutral tail and then raises it only when you walk toward the kitchen, she's happy about the potential for food. But if Cleo's tail goes up the second she sees your face, before you've moved, before you've said anything, that response is about you, not the kibble, not the routine. You. Conclusion. What it means to be chosen. It's easy to look at a cat and see an aloof, independent, mysterious creature. Dogs wear their hearts on their sleeves. They love you loudly, openly, desperately. A dog loves you because you're their whole world. But a cat? A cat loves you despite their instincts, despite their evolutionary programming, despite millions of years of survival strategies that tell them to trust no one. When your cat sleeps on your chest, they're risking their life. When they slow blink at you, they're blinding themselves. When they bring you toys at 3 a.m., they're sharing resources they're biologically programmed to hoard. When they follow you to the bathroom, they're protecting you at their own expense. When their tail shivers at the sight of you, they're experiencing joy that overrides their cool, collected nature. If your cat does these 5 things, you're not just a pet owner. You've broken through millions of years of evolution. You've formed a bond that nature never intended. You are their chosen one. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 behaviors does your cat do most often? Or does your cat do something completely unique that you think is a sign of love? Tell me your cat's name and their weirdest, most adorable habit in the comments below. I read every single one.